Ooga Booga, which is my new favorite name for any movie, is about a tribal doll that runs around killing people. Hey, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yeah, this same thing happens in Trilogy of Terror with the Zuni fetish doll. Well, I'm not sure if Ooga Booga is a ripoff of that movie, a parody, or an homage to it. But one thing's for sure, you'll never say Ooga Booga the same way again. It opens up with a children's show run by this very scantily dressed host named Peggy Sue. I'm sure somebody's pegging her. However, the main entertainment and what all the kids came to see is Hambo, a weird man pig. But Hambo's past his prime and now just a drunk perv.
She'll plow your field, honey.
Things escalate, and eventually, the pig's fired.
Because you are fired!
Fired?
Now we meet Donna and her boyfriend Devon. For now, life is perfect for the couple. Devon just passed his boards, so he's gonna be a doctor. They're making out, all is good. Until Devon gets a phone call.
I'm sorry.
It's Hambo of all people, and he needs some help. Apparently, Devon is his only friend, and certainly the only one who will help him now. Before heading over, Donna asks him to pick up a rhubarb squirty.
Okay, one rhubarb squirty coming right up.
What the heck is a squirty? When Devon gets there, he sees that the pig man's pretty down in the dumps, as you would imagine.
I didn't know who else to call.
But not all hope is lost just yet. Hambo invested his entire life savings into ceramic dolls. That's right, racist ones at that. For some reason, he thinks the entire world will want to collect all of them, and he'll make millions. Devon, being a bit more level-headed, isn't too sure.
Really?
But as a gift for being such a great friend, Hambo gives Devon something. A giant prototype of Ooga Booga.
A big-ass Ooga Booga.
Great, just what he always wanted.
I'm speechless.
On his way home, Devon stops at a gas station to pick up that rhubarb squirty he promised. And wouldn't you know it, the place gets robbed. But when seeing that they only have like $4 in the register, the leader of the gang, Skeets, shoots the attendant dead. Gee whiz, it's not his fault the place is poor.
Aw, jeez.
They steal the security tape and get out of there, Devon hiding the whole time. Once the coast is clear, he springs to action. He's almost a doctor after all, so maybe he can help. He calls 911, and the first to the scene are Officer Benny and Officer White. Strap in, folks. It's about to get real racist. White, seeing one dead white guy and one alive black guy, assumes Devon shot the clerk. Devon makes the mistake of standing up, and when he does, the squirty machine malfunctions, making a noise and triggering the cops. A couple bullets later, Devon's gone. But not dead yet. You see, his spirit is still inside of him. And as he dies, bleeding out on a convenience store floor, he locks eyes with Ooga Booga. The squirty machine sparks, and that's all it takes for Devon to possess the doll. Next, we meet the judge, the guy who's really pulling all the strings, and the one who gets the cops out of hot water. You see, Officer White is getting a bit of a reputation as being the racist cop in town. But because there's no security tape, there was no evidence, so he gets away with it once again. Back at Donna's place, while she's moping around, a breeze rolls in. But there's more to it than that. Ooga Booga's in the house. She arms up in the bathroom and comes out ready for a fight. but quickly sees that this doll isn't just a toy, but her boyfriend reincarnated. After the realization of that sets in, he makes it clear what happened to him and how he died. And Donna vows to prove his innocence. At night, Donna's out for a walk and gets stopped by Skeets and his gang, who do stuff to her. But at least she managed to grab their keys. And with that knowledge, she now knows where these guys live. The Muddy Garden Trailer Park. The next day, the judge orders White to check in on the druggies, saying that business is down, and that's no good for a crooked judge. He needs more drugs and hookers circulating in his town. So White heads down there to take a look, stopping at the manager's trailer first to find out where Skeets lives. The manager, to my surprise, is played by Karen Black. How about that? The woman who brought Trilogy of Terror to life is now in this movie. Good for her. Here she's a TV junkie and hates it when her shows get interrupted. Luckily for Officer White, he can lay on the moves and he flirts with her enough to come inside. Nice place. Well, eventually she IDs White as the cop she sees on the news all the time, which just impresses her more, to the point where she's willing to tell White which trailer Skeets and his friends are in. He barges in and lays down the law, telling them to stop doing their drugs and sell them.
Your numbers are down in the dirt.
Things are bad with the economy and people can't pay rent, so...
In the end, Skeets promises to get on the straight and narrow path and go back to dealing.
Look, from this point on, we're on the straight and narrow, okay? We'll sell hookers and drugs. No more screw-ups.
Donna's also made her way to the trailer park and has her own way of getting into Skeets' trailer. After telling the manager that her car broke down and she needs to borrow the phone, she's inside the trailer, where Ooga Booga is free to roam. After a bit, Donna's kicked out because Miss Allardyce saw her on the TV when Devon died. And of course, she takes the side of the cops. It looks like it was a wasted trip, but after a quick eyeball gouging, we see that Ooga Booga got his little hands on a set of keys that just so happened to open every door in the trailer park. That's a lot of power for one person to have. She goes over to the druggie's trailer and heads on in, saying that she wants to work for him as a hooker. These guys are dumb enough to believe her, and when Skeets grabs Donna and throws her down, the doll attacks. Donna caps Boner and Zero, but it's Ooga who lands the final blow on Skeets. They leave, and later on, White returns, only to find Donna's wallet. Now he knows who did this. But before they deal with him, first Donna and Ooga have to pay the other cop a visit, Officer Benny. And when he gets home, he's in for quite a surprise. He explains that he knows what White is doing is wrong. He's tried to stop him, but White would just kill him. In a last-ditch effort, Benny begs them not to kill him, telling them that he has a wife and kids. And sure enough, he does. After seeing this, Donna and Ooga decide against killing him.
Let's go.
The couple returns home to a surprise, Officer White. Ooga Booga attacks, and instead of freaking out about a doll running around the house, White does what he always does, shoots the thing. But before he can deliver the final blow, Donna attacks, and they butcher him like the pig he is. All that's left is the judge, and once he comes face to face with Ooga, he doesn't stand a chance. Now that Devon's done with his unfinished business, his spirit can finally move on. Later, Donna gets a knock at the door and finds a briefcase full of money with a note to Devon from Hambo, who struck it rich with his ceramic dolls. And that was Ooga Booga. I don't know what to say, really. It is certainly a movie. It was directed by Charles Band, the guy who brought you Puppet Master, Hideous, and worked on a ton of other doll movies. So he was right at home with Ooga Booga. But I can't help but feeling no one took this movie seriously, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You can tell that everyone was having fun, especially Karen Black, which was a nice surprise to see. But you're talking about some pretty serious themes here, mainly racism, and I doubt a movie titled Ooga Booga is gonna help with any of that. As goofy as the look of the doll is, I actually kinda like it, especially the eyes. I know it looks silly, but the CGI blinking actually isn't too bad. And when they turn red, it looks like a cicada, which is terrifying. There was a lot of unnecessary nudity, and the scene with Donna and the three thugs in the dark alley went on a little too long for my liking. But if you're looking for a B movie to get drunk to and watch with friends, then look no further than Ooga Booga. I give it 1.5 rhubarb squirties out of 4.